So were you around in gaming, let's say 13 or so years ago with the launch of the Xbox One and the drama that came about when there were rumors that you were going to have an always-on connection to the internet, that you were going to have to check in at least once a day to be able to go ahead and play your software that you purchased? Otherwise, the DRM, or digital rights management, would reject your access to it. And do you also remember Sony basically making a joke of it at E3 and showing how easy it was to share a game by basically taking a game disc and going, here, you can play it? Yeah, Sony can't make that claim anymore because they are doing the exact same thing, if not a little bit worse. The PlayStation 5 has a 30-day check-in requirement as of April 2026 that you need to go ahead and check your digital games in at least once a month online. And I've seen some people react to this online. Well, it's just a once-a-month check-in to the internet. If you can afford a PlayStation 5, why can't you pay your internet bill? That's not the point here. The problem is it underscores you do not own digital content on your systems. Even companies like Steam requires you to occasionally check in with their software. But at the same time, if they can do this for digital games, what's to keep it from happening to physical games too? Looking at the Nintendo Switch 2 and the virtual game cards that they have on that, I had a bear of a time getting my virtual game cards transferred from my Switch OLED to my Switch 2 when I bought that system, because I don't do it regularly enough. So I didn't remember that I had to deregister my Switch OLED as my primary system and register my Switch 2 as my primary system. I had to fly to an event. I tried to play my games that I bought, that I purchased, that I had the virtual cartridge on my system, and it didn't allow me to have access to it. This is a terrible step in the wrong direction. Now, SpawnWave has done a great video showing he pulled out the battery on the system that he had so he can go ahead and fake that the date was off, and the system shut him down really, really quickly. If you are a fan of video gaming, of content ownership of any standpoint, this should piss you off. I can see this being, and I'm not someone who is pro, like, go ahead and sue people. This is going to wind up in a class action lawsuit. Sony, you need to change direction on this really, really quickly. Let me know, does this dissuade you from buying new systems in the future? Because they're leaning towards doing this as an all-digital future, not just Sony, but Nintendo and Xbox. Let me know what you think of this down below in the comments, and make sure you check out SpawnWave's video.